Also the word for high.
But,
Hi,
Yeah.
okay, H
Yeah, I
I
haven't seen her on
G H
the-
or
Yeah,
H
yeah.
I?
Okay.
Okay.
So like the main street of all the towns is called the whole.
She signed up to go down to
That
see
makes sense.
Book of Mormons on a bus
Yeah,
trip.
my mother was
So,
Danish.
so she didn't come because she was just.
I didn't know any of
Father.
that. That's why I was invited to.
Yeah, yeah.
To,
Her mom and dad came over.
But this is
And they
what I
settled
found.
in Westford.
I was my grandfather's parents.
Ah, yes, yeah.
If they want
But
to
my
do that.
grandfather's father and mother
Okay.
died,
When you're a long time ago.
All right,
after my grandfather got married.
Oh,
So my father hadn't even been born.
No, this is the next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, Mary.
6:30, we're gonna start. Okay, I'm not sure if Kim's coming or not. I didn't hear from anybody else
And
either.
Penny's not
The
here.
only person that, well, Penny
Kristen
is,
was coming.
Penny's online.
Oh.
So Penny's online.
Penny's
She's
online.
been not feeling well, so she.
I know, she
is
didn't
online.
feel good the last time we went.
Yeah,
I
talked to
Lois
today.
she's coming. Her daughter's supposed to bring her.
Oh, really? Well, we can wait a couple of minutes here, but, and I did not hear from Kim, but like I said, I know that Kim's got a lot of different things going on.
Right.
We can wait a couple of minutes, see if, any volunteers for a minute? Penny did the last minutes.
I thought she said she was gonna do them.
Is she gonna do them all? Penny,
I think she said she was gonna do them. I believe, didn't she
I
say?
thought she volunteered.
Penny,
the
can you
last
hear
time,
us?
but I didn't hear her say from now.
Penny, you're
Oh, I thought
muted.
she did. I don't have her phone number, I could call her.
Richard's on, so admit Richard.
Oh,
I just went to see a lawyer today to draw up a will,
Good for you.
putting it off and off.
oh, I know. I gotta update mine.
I'm just gonna,
I'm just putting, things on it because I was married to an attorney and for me to go and pay $900 or $1,000, I said, no.
Hi there,
I'm just gonna write."
Richard.
Right.
Hi,
gonna make my daughter.
The voice is here.
Hey.
So I'm not sure if Penny,
She'll just distribute everything. to my- her children.
Right. So that makes sense.
I would have offered to pick you up, just that I didn't know when I was gonna get out of the softball game today.
Oh, right.
So,
I called her and her daughter was gonna bring her.
okay, but I had offered to. Yeah, okay.
okay, so being 6:33, we're gonna begin the meeting. I've asked Penny to unmute, but I don't know if she
I can
can.
see the top of her head.
I know.
Okay.
Penny. Penny,
Yeah,
were you gonna plan on doing the minutes?
can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Can you
Oh.
hear us?
If she can, I will.
Okay.
I had my earphones on. I'll take them off. Maybe that's the problem.
Okay,
Kathy,
all right.
We can.
Penny,
only
were
see
you
the
gonna
top of
do
her
the
head.
minutes for this meeting or?
how's that?
There she
There you
is.
go.
Okay, we can see you now. All right. Were you gonna continue to do the minutes, Penny, or shall we ask someone to do it this evening?
I'm sorry?
Are you-
I'm doing the minutes. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do them.
Okay, all right, so we'll just go around and in attendance is Eric Hoagland,
Oh,
What's the name?
Eric Hoagland. I'll
Oh,
send the names off to you, yeah, and then we have Kathy Lavasser.
Yeah.
Yep,
We have Sue Perino,
Sue Perino, yep.
Betty Weaver,
Betty Weaver,
yes,
okay.
Lois Hazlett,
Oh, Lois is there?
Lois is here.
And my daughter,
She may-
Barbara.
And her daughter Barbara, and Barbara
Hazlett also.
Hazlett, Barbara Hazlett.
Okay,
And then we have Richard Von Eiderstein online.
yeah,
I hear the bell ringing, so somebody else must be coming in. Oh, and Kim Hagan, and come right down, right here.
That's what happens when you come late, right?
That's okay. You're not late, you're fine.
So see, Mary, you got a full crew.
Yeah, we got a full crew tonight, well, that's nice.
That is good.
So the first thing, I think I sent off, the minutes to everybody.
Yeah.
And so if we could just take a look down through those minutes and see if anyone has any corrections, and thank you, Penny, for doing those from the last meeting, appreciate it.
happy to,
Excuse me?
happy to.
Oh, Kristen didn't come tonight.
Kristen,
No, Kristen, did send a message, she has, a child that's not feeling well.
Okay.
Yeah. Any changes?
no, I don't have
I
any.
don't have any.
All right.
To it.
A motion to accept?
Yeah, except,
Kathy Lavasser, motion to accept. And Sue Perino, second, all in favor? We're all good. All right, so the first thing, I guess, that I had on the agenda was just because the May 1st deadline is coming up, if, people haven't signed up or are aware of anybody that may be eligible for the senior ordinance, the town of Belgrade did set aside $25,000 to help seniors with taxes. It is based on certain criteria, which is the homestead exemption, also on your main state, income tax, if you file. There is a line called the Property Tax Fairness Credit System, so you have to have been eligible for that, which makes you eligible for the town savings for seniors, so just pass it along, because the deadline's coming on Thursday, and they won't accept applications after that deadline. Some people think they don't qualify, but you never know until you take a look at your paperwork.
so the deadline date is Thursday,
Thursday,
right?
May 1st.
May 1st.
May 1st.
Thank you.
Yep. We don't have, Karen McFadden sent me an email for just, a report on the craft days. She said in April, there had been a couple of, weather-related issues and with colds, COVID and surgery, and I know somebody did go up and no one was there, so I didn't know at that time. But they, are crocheting purses, and Greer did a quilling class, which is paper. I don't know if anybody's
What?
familiar with that.
Yeah,
Paper what?
Paper quilling,
I should have brought a sample in. It's very, it's different. It's, and I don't know what the material, the things that they use to make it, but you can make, I got mine, a thank you note, and I never throw it away because I love all the stuff. I'll bring one in next week if I remember.
okay, yeah, that would be nice. And
Yes, thank you.
the next few weeks, she noted that they'd be stamping fabric, doing a tin wall hanging and card making,
Well,
so.
that's cool.
Yeah, so I mean, that's open to everybody. Free. Thursdays, 9 to noon,
Yeah,
and right now, I think Ann is still running it. I know Karen McFadden has come back, so I'm sure that she'll be running some of the classes too, so. And it's just an opportunity for people to get together, both women and men.
yeah.
To just work on their creative side and just socialization, just being together.
Do they put anything out on,
the website to say
So
what
I
they're
don't
working on?
always know in advance.
Mm.
I don't always know in advance what they're working on. We can ask them to maybe send something over. I did get this from Karen and she just, it was very brief and just said next few weeks.
Okay,
So stamping fabric, so I think they're gonna try, they were trying to do a craft a week, which was a little bit hard, a little bit difficult in getting everything done in a short time frame. And so they spread, you know,
okay.
their craft work over 2 or
So
3
what was
weeks.
they gonna do after stamping fabric?
A tin wall hanging and
Tin wall.
card making.
Okay.
Mary, what day is that?
That is on Thursdays from 9 to noon at the North Belgrade Community Center.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right, I don't have a report on the senior walking, but Kathy, you're here. Do you have any updates?
Yeah,
about
we
this?
had a big group this morning, so we're still running anywhere from 10 to 15 people. We're inside still. We haven't determined when we might do an outside walk. But it's going well, very well.
Okay, and it's 2 days a week now?
Right, right. It's
Right.
Monday and then Thursday, same time, 9, at
Okay.
9. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So still a go. Yeah.
all right, well, that's good. And
Yeah.
I think that that's been a good program.
It
for
has been.
People
It's
just
fun.
to get together
Yeah,
during the winter hours and
Yeah.
not having to worry about walking outdoors.
right. I have a group chat with internal message. So I send out this, funny little, get up, come
She's
on,
very
we're
good at
going,
that,
it's Monday, let's get
Let's
moving.
get moving.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you heard any rumbling, I went today.
She did good. Yeah,
I didn't hear any. We
Okay,
had our own rumbling up here.
yeah.
okay.
Movie Monday, so, I know that, Penny went with, her husband and Kristen went up, we heard 2 weeks ago. And we had, only a couple of people in attendance, they didn't like the movie, so they.
Oh, what was the movie?
I'm not really sure, it's one of the movies you brought in, I don't know. It was like some love movie or something.
And they left?
It was way out. The movie was, the people that were sitting there said, this is too far out for me.
That the one that had Jennifer Anderson in it?
No, no.
No.
Who was in it?
Oh, Helen Mirren, wasn't there one with Helen Mirren? I don't know, that had three
remember,
movies,
but-
I think.
but-
Left it there,
It
but
was bizarre.
anyway. And then last week being Patriots Day, we were closed, so we
Yeah.
didn't hold it, and this week, Penny was not feeling well. And Kristen had something come up, so, she wasn't able to attend either. So anyway, movie Monday is maybe coming to an end for the season. Just, it's getting warm out, people want to be outside and
Right.
maybe not be inside so much.
Right.
I think
I
we need
think
to,
we didn't run it after May last year.
yeah, I think we need to
That makes
revamp,
Yeah.
and try to get maybe some volunteers that,
Do you use the CDs of movies?
we do.
I have about 30 old ones from the 50s and 60s.
Oh, do you? Yeah,
This might be good.
Older people will remember those even though they haven't seen them for maybe 30, 40, 50.
so we do have, like a lot,
I
So
a lot
funny.
of credenza up there that, we do have like a lot of credenza up there, so maybe in the fall when we decide to restart again,
Well, I
Eric.
was gonna come by anyways, I couldn't, I'll start that in May, I guess, I got my Tuesdays in April have always been sort of, but I don't have it to do on Tuesdays in May
Yeah,
and June, so,
so this is on Mondays,
oh, Monday, whatever, yeah, Monday,
yeah, okay.
Mary,
So maybe we can work
Mary?
something.
Monday, yeah.
Yes.
Mary? Hello,
Yes. Hi,
Mary, Jessie Neto was interested in it. She was coming with me. And she has several, CDs too that she was bringing. And when I realized it was Patriots Day, I realized we weren't doing it. And she showed up at my house at 12:30, all ready to go with all her videos.
Gosh.
Because she'd like to do it too.
And
So
she's one,
there's an interest.
yeah, she's one of those people that I think would enjoy just being with a group of people in the socialization, so.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're gonna
Um,
this year and then start it up in the fall. Is that what? the
We'll
plan?
start it up in the fall. I think we should just wrap it up for this year. Unfortunately, it wasn't as successful as it was last year.
Yeah.
And being able to get volunteers
I don't think we did, what we do, 1 week this year?
1
Maybe
week
2
this
weeks,
year,
but
yeah, yeah. We've had a lot going on here, so, and I know you've had a lot going on work, cause Kim had done most of them, I did 1 or 2. And,
But you know, there are a lot of people up in North Belgrade that I can even call and tell them about it. I think they'll come if they want.
yeah. I think that's it, and it's getting the information out, and it seems to be difficult to get information out to seniors that aren't necessarily connected through the internet, so. But maybe if we could get some flyers or something and get it going again, maybe late October into November, so we'll
You
shoot.
do have it on the sign out front, right?
Yeah, well, we did have we have a sign that can be put out front, so somebody has to carry it, and it is kind of. It's awkward, it's a little awkward to carry it out there, it's a little heavy for some people, so.
And I had volunteered, but I said I would volunteer when I came back, so, you know, if I'm still here next winter, I'll.
Yeah. Okay,
You're not going
If we're not,
to.
I don't know where we're going.
all right, so the end of life program, I'm gonna have Kim give her report on that, it's life planning for the future.
I will say one thing about the minutes. And I know Penny had to do this because she's the only one who knows me as Webster.
Yeah.
But I've been Hagan for 43 years.
So correction to the minutes,
Oh, that's
it's
funny.
Kim Hagan and not Kim Webster.
I said, oh, Penny's the only one that would know me that way.
I was wondering if you got
Didn't even
divorced
pick
and
up
back
on
your
it.
maiden name.
I'm tired of my husband, I'm taking back my name. We are planning on the 10th, we had originally said the 17th might be a better day, but Lisa Day couldn't do the 17th, so. It's the 10th, we have Lisa Day representing Legal Shield. She'll talk about, some of the things that their Legal Shield does, some of the services. Last year, she was really good at giving little tips to people that you might not think about, like writing down the password to your phone so that your family could get into your phone. So she will do it. This year I have, it's the same funeral home, it's,
These people.
it's Family First Funeral Home,
Yeah.
and they have a bunch of funeral homes. Last year, the reason I went with them was because they had Wheelers Funeral Home, so last year I thought, well, I'll go with them for Wheelers. It's a different, person this year, but it's still Family First. And the one that's coming is one of the managers for Milton and Ewan in Augusta. She'll talk about prepaid arrangements, mortuary trust, things, and then just some basic things about what happens with when someone dies, as far as you know, the body being picked up, the paperwork that has to be filled out. And then, I did reach out to Corey, I haven't followed back up and I haven't heard from him, so.
So I do have an update on
Okay.
that. So I did speak to Corey today, and if he is not able to make it, actually Kevin Merrill handles
Okay.
most of the, burials. And all the arrangements, so he would be showing that,
All right, good.
yeah.
So that's all I know. It's the 10th from 9 to 11. Which is a little earlier than we done last year, but that was what people had wanted to do when we met, so it's a little earlier.
Yeah.
I reached out to Manchester's, aging in place community or whatever their name is. They were interested, and they were hoping to get it in their monthly newsletter that comes out the first of the month. I reached out to Mount Vernon. I didn't hear back from them, but, I reached out to the woman that had contacted us several times. She's also on a senior committee in Mount Vernon. So I sent it to her. I asked them to share with anybody any seniors, anyone they want to share with.
It's gonna be on.
And then, I think, Mary, you said you were gonna reach out to Oakland.
Yeah, so I sent the flyer off to the Snow Pond Seniors, which is the group out of Oakland. I did not hear back from them. And I did want to mention that if people are not able to attend, it is available remotely on Zoom. So there is an opportunity to attend in that way.
Do we have any out in the community yet?
I printed some out front, but I do have
One at the Belgrade Lakes Post Office.
some, yeah, and maybe at the church.
And I can maybe, if I go by with the Oakland, and I can swing in,
Okay.
I don't think they're very receptive to us.
Who's
Oh,
that?
the Oakland?
The Oakland one, because I've stopped in there for bus trips and stuff, and they just say no, but I'll mention that, I'll take that.
Yeah, well, and take some flyers.
Yeah.
You can spread them out.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone is welcome. There is no fee for this program.
Mhm.
I actually, last year, being a senior myself, I learned a lot from Legal Shield. And, it was very informative about, information online, passwords, making sure that passwords are written down someplace. So if you pass, your loved ones have that, information so they can go in and close your account.
Yeah.
Because I know that people do seek out, people that have passed away and the relatives of. I know my mother was sought out after my father passed away. And so, people are looking for that kind of thing. So it's
Well,
important to
unfortunately,
close
there are
out.
people that read obituaries and then they
Yes.
prey on people.
And then they prey
Yeah,
on
exactly.
seniors. And then they, there's a lot of people that are really computer savvy.
Right,
And, it's so important to close out those accounts of your loved one.
Yeah.
So for me, that was something that I didn't even think about, and because I have so many.
Yeah, well, both of these people coming are, I mean, they're obviously businesses, it's no Minion and,
Right.
but, I think both did a really good job last year of not making it about business, just getting the information out. to
Right,
people. And-
Right, because Legal Shield, that is a business that Lisa Day does have, and but it was very
They had a lot of
informative.
nice handouts for you too.
Yeah,
We did.
they had a lot of
Yeah.
nice handouts.
They had handouts.
Yep.
And we did have stuff,
Okay.
which, do we need anything more, the,
I actually ordered 30 more of these books,
okay.
Oh,
And
good.
did
which
we have
is
the legal-
information my family needs to
yeah,
know.
yeah, that's good.
So it
Yeah,
does give
that
all
is
kinds of
great.
information. It's a very nicely put together. It's a simplified book for anybody that,
That's good, I'm
It
glad
looks
you.
like a little cookbook.
it does look like a little
Yeah.
cookbook.
That's what I thought you were gonna ask us. We're gonna do a.
Yeah. And just have it, I'll have, my daughter works for the Attorney General's office, and I'll just have some information on passing out to people that, have identity theft, those kinds of things. She brought in a lot of information, so.
Yeah.
So we'll have those flyers and things,
Good.
to
And we
pass
did
out.
have stuff from legal services for the elderly last year too.
Yes,
Do we still have any of those?
we don't have any of that information left.
I'll see if I can get some.
Okay, all right, but it is a good program, so if you know anybody, I mean, it's not just for people that are seniors, it is for people that are aging, you know, 50 and older. Because before you never know, you never know what life's gonna bring.
No, we don't.
So anyway, I would encourage you to just pass the information along. It'd be nice. We didn't have a great turnout last year. But we're hoping for a better turnout this year, so. And I'll pick up some refreshments, since it will be about 9 o'clock. We'll have some coffee, tea, and just some light refreshments.
Do you need help with setup? Would you like some of us to come early, like
Yeah,
at 8?
If you wanna come at 8, I'll
8.
probably be here at 8,
Okay.
yeah, and just set things up, so.
Okay.
Yeah, last year we just had some rows of chairs.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then just, we had one table with just the
Handouts,
handouts.
and then Lisa put all of her legal shield stuff on.
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's an opportunity to sign up for Legal Shield, and I don't know if anybody knows anything about it. They do provide a lot of good services that are available through them, and they are also available through other entities as well, so.
And it's then, because they're a monthly, you can opt out at any time. It's not like you have to sign up for a year and, you know, you could sign up, get your will done and drop out kind of thing.
Yeah. And so, and Corey will be there, either Corey or Kevin, our sextons, and they'll be talking mostly about, acquiring, a cemetery lot, what it takes, prepaying if you wanna do that, and the cost for all of those services, so. And the funeral director, this one was this one only cremations?
No, they do everything.
They do everything,
Yeah.
okay, because I know there are.
There were questions last year
Right.
about cremation.
Right, and there were lots of opportunities to prepay for that too, so when that day comes, your loved ones don't have to worry about that, so.
This girl, I think people like her. She's young. She's just barely in her 20s, but she was just recently promoted as one of the managers, and she's really sharp, and I think she will do a good job. I think she's
Yeah.
personable, and so, yeah. I hope we have lots of people here that hear her.
Yeah. Yeah, so. That is movie Monday, so we're gonna scratch that off the list.
Yeah.
I think one of the next things that we're gonna talk about is coordination of our activities with, the Board of Parks and Rec. And not trying to reinvent the wheel, but maybe coordinate our services to make our dollars go further, because trips now are costing around $1,700 for a bus. And so, Kristen is open to that, and Kristen is our new recreation director. I don't know if I mentioned that last time, but she officially was hired like 2 weeks ago. So anyway, she is our official recreation director, and I know that a lot of people have been asking about the trip to the botanical gardens. So I'm going to attend one of their meetings and see Dan paid for those botanical gardens, but he paid for the bus. And we ended up paying for the seniors entrance for those that were residents.
And when is that?
We have not set a date
Okay.
because she wanted to do it a little earlier
Yeah.
than, so that it's a discussion to be had.
Okay,
And
and
a lot of people, on the trips we took, a lot of people were going to gardens for Christmas for the light show.
mm,
For the light show. Yeah, and so that's something that we need to coordinate, because our funding is, we don't have a lot of funding for the Senior Resource Committee, and the cost of the bus is quite expensive.
Yeah.
And we try to make it affordable for seniors to be able to go. And that would probably end up being more like a family trip. But maybe we could get Kristen to do something around that time, that, you know, her budget too. You know, everything's just going up, so.
Yeah.
They also had the Freiburg Fair Trail.
So
So
they do that,
They-
right,
oh,
they
they
do
do
that,
rec
that's
does?
part of the
Okay,
rec.
all right,
Right, so we try not to
Right.
duplicate
Yep.
or,
okay.
but more to coordinate
Okay.
activities.
Yep.
With that group. I also did talk to Kristen, because I know that we talked, Kim was here, I think, Richard was here, we talked about, doing a bingo evening up at the North Belgrade Community Center. So that is something, I need to go and attend one of their meetings, I missed the last one, my mother had knee surgery. So, I'm gonna attend their next meeting and talk about some of these things that our group is talking about, because I really feel like recreation should be inclusive of people of all ages, and that coordinating our efforts will make our dollars go even further.
Right.
But I know that that has been something that is, several people have said something about a bingo evening, and doing that on a very low key, with donations of, small prizes and things like that, whether it be bars of soap or, something,
Right, just something fun.
something
Mm,
fun, yeah.
Has anybody talked about doing a plant swap again this year?
So you brought up a plant swap, didn't you? No, okay. Betty, is that something that you're interested in coordinating?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. All right,
First week in June, or what are you thinking? I think we did it the first week in June, like, that's why I said that.
So it doesn't comport with Memorial Day. Memorial Day is the 26th of May, so. First Saturday would be May 31st or June 7th, June 14th. Or, no, I'm sorry, June 7th. My God, see.
That's when it was last year. We didn't do it last year, something happened.
No, we did it, it was about June 3rd, so it was.
yeah, it was around the same time.
That first
so-
Saturday. in
Okay.
June.
So for anybody, so we do a plant swap where people can bring in plants and,
Now, do we have
I know-
flyers for that
If you-
from last year or anything?
I think that we did have flyers.
It's not just flowers, though, it can be anything, like,
It could be.
we've had
house plants,
vegetables so that people
Vegetables,
could
seedlings,
take
people are
seedlings.
getting those go.
So when you say bring them in, where do they
North
do
Belgrade
this?
Community
Center.
At the
Center.
community
If
center.
it was
Okay.
nice, we could set it up outside, and bring tables out and set it up there. And that's
And
what
as
people-
long as there's no other event going
Right.
on, so I have to coordinate that time with Kristen.
Right.
Because but she has booked that for a
You want me to
rental.
talk to her?
Oh.
If you would like to do that, I would love to have you.
We had a good turnout last year.
Take it away.
What's the date of that again?
June seventh.
June 7th.
And this is on a Saturday, right?
Yeah, and we had good turnout last year.
Yeah,
really
we
did.
only do it like 9 to 11,
9 to 11?
about 9 to 11,
Mhm.
yeah.
But
That's
the
at North-
the original idea was sort of that we would have seedlings for seniors that might wanna grow some food. And then it kind of has been everything, it's been perennials, yeah.
Yeah, could do container vegetables, those kinds of
At
things.
North Belgrade.
And
that in
North
North-
Belgrade,
Okay.
yeah,
It's just a
Yep.
plant sales.
it's no sale, these are just,
You bring plants in
and then you don't even have to bring anything in if you.
Just want to take
If
something.
you just would like to come and see and be part of it,
And take something.
yeah. Yeah, and I know that we've talked about in the past, going to a couple of different nurseries, see if we could get donations. There's enough time now, so I don't know, like Longfellows, Pierce's is also opening up.
Yeah,
Right.
When Gail Borrego was here, I know that she got a lot of seedlings from the school up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and she-
Where?
Dale works at Borrego. And,
Beckett.
at Beckett, I'm
Beckett,
sorry,
yeah,
Beckett.
Academy.
oh,
Yes, yeah, and so she brought a lot of seedlings from them,
Oh,
a lot of plants, for veggies.
And she might still be able to.
And she might still be able to if someone
I can
wants
ask
to
her.
reach out to
Yeah,
her.
I'll ask her.
now Kristen if she has anything going on, she puts it on the calendar, posting for the town. You know, I don't see anything on June 7th, but
Well,
that's something Betty will.
it may
it's a
be
private party,
That would be a rental.
private
Oh,
rental.
gotcha.
So
Okay.
that's
And
the
plus you
fee.
have to
Okay.
reserve it for us.
Right,
Yep,
right. So usually I have to send the dates over.
okay, yep,
And
Yeah.
let her know in advance,
Yep.
and they're very accommodating, so.
When I was at the library, I'm in a reading frenzy right now, and I don't know her last name, Kim.
Dawes.
What is her last name?
Dawes.
Right out
Okay.
doors.
She, gave me this information. This is just something else. It's a home and garden tour in East Booth Bay. And it's July 21st from 9:30 to 4:30. And you get to go, to different homes on the coast and stuff. So I didn't know if this was something people might want to look at and have a tour or. It costs $40, but I didn't know if this was something that maybe the group of people would like to have a bus tour to go there. She said she's been and she said it's very, very nice.
And when is that?
This is July 21st. I can give you this so you
Yeah,
can have it.
okay.
who
sponsors
it?
We can talk about it,
Who
you can,
sponsors it?
you know,
Well, she's got
Is it the one in Camden
no, it's in Booth Bay,
or Booth Bay?
East Booth
I
Bay.
went to the one in
I've seen
Camden several years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Which was interesting.
and I can't remember who sponsors that, but,
That's a Monday, July 21st.
Yeah.
You know, this.
but is
that's
it,
the
this,
stuff
this
that-
flyer says 2023.
pardon me?
It says 2023.
Well, she just pulled that up off her computer, so I'm sure it's the
Ah.
same thing. I can check with her again.
Oh,
But the date might be different.
The date will be
Right,
different.
yeah, and,
Okay.
she is thinking about maybe coming to some of our meetings, and I encouraged her
Oh,
to come.
nice.
So that would be nice to have her.
Yeah. Um. Right, so meeting with, so I'll be meeting with the Board of Parks and Rec. I think they meet the fourth Wednesday of the month, and this is the fifth week, so. I may have to meet just with Kristen. They've had a lot of different things going on, so I wouldn't be even getting on the agenda for the last meeting. But I just want to make sure that we're coordinating our activities and.
Yeah.
And I know this time of year, you know, it's hard for people to volunteer. It's warm and it's been so cold. So it's nice to have the warm here.
Definitely.
But is there anything else that anybody else wants to bring up or? Richard, do you have anything?
I just wanted to say I'm for the bingo and game night. I thought that was a good topic, and I apologize
Yeah.
for not being there, but I'm planting Christmas trees and I just came in out of the field for this meeting.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we really want to get something going there. We've also talked about having dances up there for seniors. I don't know if that's something, you know, that we can make happen, because it does take volunteers to run programming. So, but I'll talk to Kristen about it, see if we can't get something going between the two of us, and we will be looking for volunteers. We're always looking for volunteers. You don't necessarily have to be part of the committee or anything like that, but it's helpful to have those extra hands.
Mhm.
So, and I think at one of our last meetings too, we talked when we had Richard here about handy helpers, so I haven't gotten
Mhm.
anything more done on that. I haven't gotten anything more done on the little flyer, because we wanna update our flyer on different entities that seniors can get in touch with if they're in need of assistance for different things, so those are projects that I'm working on in the next month or two.
I did, when I talked to Reedfield, I did say that we were interested in coming, or I was interested, I didn't speak for anyone else. I said I was interested in coming to one of their meetings to see if there was, what their successes were, what they were doing. And if there was any way we could collaborate on any projects. And they meet at, one Tuesday a month at 9 in the morning. So,
So it doesn't make it available
It doesn't
for
really make
people
it
like
easy
me
to
and
get
you
to.
that are working full-time
Um,
still.
but they are actually gonna pause for the summer. They're taking a break. Their committee's taking a break for the summer. But I do think it would be interesting, and I do think that there are ways that maybe we can work with. Everybody seems to have a senior committee, so I just think that
Right.
maybe there's ways we can work with.
And coordinating
Sometimes.
efforts, yeah, because I know that Oakland has a fairly good
They
size
do, yes.
senior committee.
Sometimes there's a
and-
lot of cars in the parking lot and sometimes there isn't, but it's usually the same people that go
Yeah,
and stuff, but I'll bring that information to them and,
Okay. yeah, and I know I always CC them on any events that we're having, but I never hear a response back.
No.
So I have an email for them and they're CC'd, so, but anyway. I don't have anything else unless somebody else does.
No, anybody here want to coordinate,
We were gonna
work with
talk
me on the
about
plan?
the trip to the.
I can try, my granddaughter's graduating and so
Possible.
these next couple of months is gonna be crazy, but I can try to help you, okay?
Kim, are you interested again? In just participating?
I think that Charlene, Holt would be
I mean, I'll come up and help out on that day.
465-3743.
Give it to me again for Charlene. This is for Charlene.
Charlene.
What is it, 465?
Yeah, 3743. I think, yeah.
Do we know Shirley?
And she always.
You know
brings-
Charlene, she used to work
Yeah.
here forever.
She's the registration.
Oh,
that we
okay,
vote.
yeah.
And she always brings a whole slew of
Yeah,
plans.
and she has a lot of plans too, so, so Eric, did you not hear the part about,
Getting people to.
the botanical gardens? We do wanna go. I'm gonna meet with, Kristen and down at the center there to discuss, our coordination of finances. So it will be in June first. Okay. All right. Wow, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Very,
But
very-
not knowing what's coming.
And not knowing if anyone was coming. Anyway, all right, all, thanks. Have a good evening and thanks for attending.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.
You guys are gonna be getting the work in.
Yeah,
Big meeting.
Mary, maybe. I'll have to ask them, but if they think it's appropriate. to do that. I'm gonna see if, can put this, talk about it at church.
Oh,
Like, shut it down.
I think it's a great idea. Please do.
Okay, all right.